Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, I'm making an ambitious goal. I want to have 1 ton of indium by the end of 2026, a little bit over a year from now. And the reason for that is that I've been reflecting on past mistakes I have made at my career, with my roommate situations, with other connections that I have. I'm very lacking in connections with people. I miss a lot of opportunities due to lack of connection. I've learned the hard way that a lot of people find good roommates or good jobs to go to through their connections. Most of that doesn't happen by somebody going to LinkedIn or shopping for a roommate on Craigslist. No, that's the hard way of doing things. The easy way is through your connections and your networking. Unfortunately, I'm sometimes pigeonholed in my connections with others due to my lack of resources, right? So I related an example. I was living in a house, and the owner had hired a person to manage the place. I found the place through Airbnb, and for some bizarre reason, he had it out for me, making a lot of frivolous complaints. He ended up getting fired for those complaints. But it created so much instability. It probably cost me one of my jobs. I was teaching at 2 different community colleges. I didn't get another contract at one of them. It also, during the time I was living there was a girl that I wanted to make a move on, but she moved out before I got a chance to. And all that other fun stuff. It just created so much instability. You got to understand, sometimes I'm just skating by, right? I got, I'm juggling 3 jobs, and all my art projects are in there. I got an art show on Sunday, and also because I suck so badly at making connections, sometimes I have to compromise a little bit, right? I might have to go to a faraway club or something like that, and to hear somebody screaming about how I'm supposedly breaking all of these house rules doesn't go well with stability with that, right? And it creates a lot of anxiety. It creates a lot of indigestion. Now, if I had 1 ton of indium, and I could more easily retreat from toxic workplaces, toxic homes, I could get out of there and look for another place with ease, right? Part of the reason, actually the big reason I did so well when I was in Taiwan, is that the cost of living in Taiwan is very low. If one place doesn't work, there's like 100 other places I could afford to stay at over there. And did I end up having to move a lot? No, I didn't have to move at all, except for the fact that some of these places were booked, right? Why? Because I knew I had that lifeline to pull anytime I wanted to, and it allowed me to be myself, right? Unfortunately, I often don't have that luxury, either with my roommate situations or at my job. And it pigeonholes a lot of things, that it stifles good, constructive behavior, right? It really does. It really does. And yesterday I saw that a ton of indium was only going for $30,000. That's like a chance of a lifetime right there. We only mine 700 tons of indium every year. Remember when just after the Ford Motor Company folded and palladium was $130 an ounce? I see it as akin to that, right? Nobody wants it right now. Right now there's kind of a slowdown, but technology is going to pick up, and indium's going to be used in every cell phone out there. But right now there's a little bit of a slowdown, and the uncertainty with the trade wars and all that. I'm not sure how much in tariffs I have to pay once I get it at home, though, but I'll have to find out soon enough. At least they're not restricting the exports right now. But hopefully it's not a lot. But I'm not too concerned, because the tariff on holding cash is going to be way bigger over the next coming years anyway. All right, so I can't wait to have a ton of indium. I'm not sure what I'm going to make out of it. I haven't really figured out how to melt it because indium oxidizes really. I don't want to lose a lot of indium from making stuff out of it, so I haven't really worked with it yet. But I hope to make something large out of it. Indium has a much lower melting point than bismuth. I hope to pour something huge, like at least 50 pounds, kind of huge, right? If not a Yamashita kind of thing, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.